What is drip feeding to FBA? So I get a lot of questions about this because whether it's in sales calls or conversation, it's a very specific word that we use often that sometimes just goes underneath the radar. So what drip feeding to FBA is a thought process around how we replenish Amazon's facilities. There's a program in the Amazon world called Amazon AWD. Very controversial. I talk a lot about it. And basically what they do is they bulk replenish Amazon. And we basically do a very similar program. So what drip feeding to FBA means is that on a weekly basis, we will drip a certain amount of inventory. Think of it almost like an IV, where every week we're drip feeding Amazon and replenishing inventory into their Amazon facilities. And there's a few reasons that we do that. The reason that drip feeding is so powerful is that if you're impacted by inventory limits, either on the top or the bottom, this can allow for more inventory in and out. This allows for a healthier IPI score because inventory is moving a lot faster. Amazon's, deem of conviction is not storing too much stock inside of Amazon. They will penalize you for it, and they might impact your overall inventory allowance. Drip feeding allows for inventory to move really quickly. So the way to measure that is it's called inventory turnover. It means how long is it sitting versus the days till it gets out? How fast does the inventory turn? Similar to the, what the equation sounds like. And by drip feeding, you allow for a faster turnover while also staying in stock while avoiding the expensive storage fees because, we're a fraction of the cost of Amazon FBA storage, and going into Q4, that storage goes up 5x. So we end up being, 1/10 the cost of the storage, which is why drip feeding is so powerful. Some of the technology that we use to make drip feeding a little bit easier is things like our platform. It's inside of our prep commerce suite called Navigate. This basically allows you to replenish Amazon Seller Central. So it will automatically create shipping plans, push us labels, the packing list, and then we route it directly to Amazon FBA. So drip feeding for most 3PLs might be a little bit challenging, but for us, we actually thrive off it. And we actually want that ability to almost do replenishments on your behalf because it allows us more control and to make sure what the most important thing is, which is staying in stock inside of Amazon happens. So technology is key for drip feeding. Most merchants actually use this for drip feeding. It's pre-labeled. So they either are using manufacturer barcode or got pre-labeled somewhere else. We can still prep it, absolutely. And with Amazon's changes, that is probably what's going to happen. And we can still label, absolutely. But most merchants, they might actually use it just for case level replenishment. So they'll send us either from a manufacturer or international supplier. We're bulk storing, and then we're going to drip feed Amazon on a weekly basis, 1,000 boxes, 500 boxes, whatever is needed to keep inventory in stock. So for example, one of the brands that we do drip feeding for is called Unibrands. So they have a lot of seller portfolios underneath them. They're an aggregator. So they roll up a bunch of incredible companies, really exciting brand, and we do their distribution for Amazon fulfillment. And so what that looks like is that on a weekly basis, we're doing these replenishments to Amazon called drip feeding. And so every week we're dropping orders to the warehouse, we're feeding them more shipments. And this just means that we have constant flow of inventory going to Amazon's warehouses. And then they're using our trucks to get it there as fast as possible. And we do drip feeding for hundreds of other these merchants specifically for Amazon, like SPS, like SCS Direct, Heroes, Unibrands, and so many more. So that's the idea of drip feeding. What I would suggest, if you're looking at that as an alternative, talk to your 3PL if they have the infrastructure behind it, but it could be the make or break in terms of improving your IPI score, helping improve cash flow inside of Amazon, reducing your overall storage fee, and just getting better sense of control instead of maybe like a monthly drop to Amazon or a quarterly drop getting in. Hope this helps.